Hello everybody and welcome to a World of Warship Blitz video. This time we are looking at the Tier 5 Japanese cruiser, the Furutaka. Here we are in a mixed Tier 5, Tier 4 match with, because of the time of day, we've got 4 bots in here, so 3 destroyers and a carrier. Yeah, it's not against 4 human players, but anyway, the Furutaka is a great little ship. So if you've played low tier Japanese cruisers, they feel a little bit like big destroyers. They behave a little bit like big destroyers, and they're flimsy a little bit like big destroyers. So the Furutaka is still fairly flimsy, still fairly agile, but it starts to show a little bit of the promise about where the higher tier Japanese cruisers will go. So you can see it's got 5 turrets, it's got 3 at the front, 2 at the back, single gun in each. Quite a powerful gun for a ship, for a cruiser, so does a good bit of damage. And also it has the famous long-range torpedoes that the Japanese cruisers come with. It's fairly good. It punches. It has a fair bit of a punch. It is relatively vulnerable to battleships, so it is still very much like most Japanese cruisers, pretty flimsy to be honest, but it's quite small as well. It is quite agile. Now it's the last of what I would describe as the agile Japanese cruisers. The next one, the Tier 6, the Aoba, is certainly, I wouldn't describe that as agile. That was quite a shock. It really is the full late heavy cruiser Japanese heavy cruiser. As you can see, those guns did a great little number on their deny there, getting a critical, punching straight through. It's good to have powerful guns at your disposal, good long range accurate guns. So I got a second critical hit there, so I think I've got 3 in total. I can't remember who I got the first one against. So he's been hammered, so we'll go for the Suzukaze, which is trying to clear out the map. Although with only destroyers left, and remember there's a fair number of bots in this game, we're in a fairly good position. So if these 2 destroyers are bots, I don't think they are actually. I think the 2 destroyers that are left are human players. But certainly this one is, I'm reversing up here. All I need to do is tag him with a shell and he'll be gone. There it is. Boom, got him. And this is one of the 2 destroyers, so I turn into the torpedoes, so I'll get hit by one but not by the other. Unfortunately for him, I have torpedoes too, so I fire them off, then turn away so that if he fires another line of torpedoes at me, I'm running not perpendicular to them. I'm going to take 2 of these, but they are Russian lightweight torpedoes, so if it was a Japanese destroyer, I wouldn't have probably taken that sort of risk. That's going to overshoot. I've got this Bogue here, so while the Podvoitsky is busy, distracted by those other destroyers, you can see on the mini-map, I'm going to see if I can take this Bogue out. And, he's certainly distracted. If I can land one on him, I've got him. But, one of the destroyers gets him first, which is sort of fair enough because they've been doing all the work, leaving me with loaded guns for dealing with this. So you can see the guns did a massive hit, 2 torpedoes in there. So I've got 6 torpedo hits, so I must have got 2 torpedo hits on that Podvoitsky because I had 1 on the deny, and I've got the other ones on the Bogue. That's right. This match is all but done. It's a 7-1 game. So every now and again it happens. That there's an Izyaslav is the final player from memory. He's got a destroyer out there that he's playing with. He's managed to take out our Mutsuki, but our Mutsuki's a bot, so that probably would have been a gunfire kill. And he's got 1 cap to protect. I mean, really, it's sort of hard to work out what to do in this situation. I mean, the key thing, if I was in that situation, would be to play for points, see what sort of kills I could get. I think you do get slightly more points for surviving to the end of the game, so but it's certainly a challenging position to be in, certainly with an aircraft carrier out there. Although those torpedo bombers will be nothing to worry about because it's a bot carrier, so the planes will be targeting in, but the dive bombers will be properly targeted, but the torpedo bombers will be it'll be essentially random. Got a Confederate award there for taking on damaging 6 ships and sinking at least 1. I want to get this guy because I could get 5 kills, which would be the Kraken medal, but it's a bit of a long range shot, 1 second to go, and no, he makes it. He lives. Good on him. You know, he captured a cap and he fought off at least 1 destroyer, which is good. So yeah, so the Furutaka, it is a good little ship. It is fragile, so don't take it up against battleships, or at least use range. It can fire at range because it is reasonably accurate, and it has those great hard-hitting torpedoes. As you can see, not quite half of my damage was done by torpedoes against that Bogue and the Deny. And yeah, with 4 kills, not surprising, we've got the highest, most valuable player. But I do recommend, if you're interested in the Japanese line, take note of the Furutaka. It's quite fun to play, and it gives you a bit of a sense.